What we just saw tonight was a vintage Caitlin Clark performance. 22 points, 9 assists, 47% from the field, 44% from 3. And by far the best player on the floor, Caitlin Clark just had a fantastic game against the Valkyries. And it was a game where early on the Valkyries were whooping the Fever. They looked better in every single way. They were strong.
Tonight, we saw a fantastic lesson by Caitlin Clark. 22 points, 9 assists, and a shooting percentage of almost 50%. Having total command of the game. She was unquestionably the Indiana Fever's top player. Fought the Golden State Valkyries in an intense and dramatic match. That awkward moment with Salaün. That resulted in the double text at halftime. I was merely making an effort. Did I receive a technical? I see. Oh no. Well, it just makes sense for everyone else. Tonight, so I'm not shocked. Whoa. Whoa, I could have been kicked out. In the second half. I ought to have been a little more cautious. Alright, so I imagine I'll be facing a flagrant and some fines. Whoa. The others, however, were intriguing. However, I won't say anything more because I will undoubtedly be facing fines of at least $1,000. However, I was merely attempting to get the rebound and was unaware that I had committed a technical foul. I appreciate you informing me of this. The Valkyries appeared to be unstoppable at first. They outplayed Indiana in every way because they were faster and stronger. The Fever appeared to be overpowered until one contentious incident altered everything and sparked viral media ablaze. Because of the sample size, it appeared like they would win this game with confidence. Of the initial part. However, you witnessed Caitlin Clark inspire her team and the tenacity of the Indiana FIFA team. Back. More than that though, you have to realize that Caitlin Clark is anything but a chump. One thing we've noticed. Since Caitlin Clark joined the WNBA, bench players have been playing like. They want a slice of that Caitlin Clark pie, for starters. Desire the celebrity and media attention that come with competing with Caitlin Clark. And that was Tiffany in this game. Janielle Salaun seemed to deliver in the midst of a furious conflict. Caitlin Clark received a hard elbow. Immediately, fans went crazy on the internet, repeatedly reliving the event. Fever fans were incensed by the referee's lack of response, which was the biggest shock. Where's Caitlin Clark? Call the president. Caitlin Clark is here, so don't be afraid. Man, hurry up. Tonight, MVP mode was unlocked. Thank you, Tiffany Hayes. Thank you for unlocking the beast in CC, Salaün. Man, hurry up. Hey, this is the play. The primary item I wish to examine. In this place. The first thing, followed by another. By the way, the pass was really lovely. Gorgeous pass to Lexi in the corner. Take a look at this, please. Despite being shocked, Clark remained calm. Following the game, she made light of the technical foul and potential penalties, but it was obvious that annoyance had reached a breaking point. She acknowledged that she might have pressed the boundaries and might have even been expelled. It was a lot of fun. Against the Golden State, the Indiana Fever put up a fierce fight. Valkyries, because they emerged as a team with athleticism, length, and a little bit of hacking. The Fever persevered, as did Caitlin Clark, who had battled the Valkyries the previous year. Not in this instance. She has been getting encouragement from Aaliyah Boston, hitting the logo bomb, and dating individuals. Along with Kelsey Mitchell. Off the bench, Sophie Cunningham performed admirably. Raven Johnson left a pleasant impression. It was pleasant to watch the Fever battle in her minutes. The WNBA has received the increased attention they requested. Every Caitlin Clark game has the vibe of reality TV mixed with postseason basketball. Every disagreement, every hard foul, every response becomes into instantly viral content. For the first time since the previous season, Fever defeats the Valkyries. I really wanted the Indiana Fever to win this game, but they swept me. Caitlin Clark had returned to the lineup, and at one point it became a showdown between Tiffany Hayes and Caitlin Clark. And, it was competitive. They were engaging in pointless conversation. They were igniting. Tea was tangible. They were giving each other it. Ultimately, Caitlin overcame the circumstances and scored 22 points to end the game. 9 boards, resembling the MVP contender she is. It is evident that Caitlin Clark is not supporting. Down from everyone. Opposing teams are putting in extra effort to defeat her. And bench players start to look. When they look at her, they are like stars. Everyone aspires to share in Caitlin Clark's fame. Man, get it. Come on, let's get it. I'm right in front of you. What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? Man, what did you have to say? Oh my God. Hey, wait. But this isn't it. But this isn't it. Yes. You and I. Tiffany. You and I'd all that smoke is what I desire. Give it to her, please, she said. Look, get out of my effing face. Like, Caitlin. Yes. Throughout the entire game, Tiffany Hayes put pressure on Clark with her intense energy, trash talk, and hostility. Made sure Caitlin heard everything she said and scored big baskets, but Clark gave the best response. By assuming control, and just prior to Caitlin's second half, there was more of the feistiness I mentioned earlier. Technical of the season, Hull had just struck one from there, but it was a bit of a shoving match with a good feed to Lexi. Caitlin and Janielle Salaun, by the way. Watch when Myisha Hines Allen rushes in. You are aware that you have Myisha Hines Allen. You know how well-known Sophie became for defending Caitlin last year. Hines Allen doesn't hesitate to run and participate in the action as well. Caitlin even received a flagrant in this one, you know. This shouldn't have been a flagrant. In my opinion, it was undoubtedly a foul due to her inclination toward the screen, using her shoulder. Well, I suppose I could see it. They claim that she added a bit more sauce. When Clark started moving, the game was entirely altered. Incredible passes, deep threes, and complete command of Indiana's offense. She reminded everyone why she is already a candidate for MVP and used her displeasure as motivation. From a 7-point deficit of around, they were behind by 7 at the half of the game and ultimately simply strolled beside the Valkyries. Down. Valkyrie, Tiffany Hayes is giving us miracle minutes each time she sees Caitlin. For whatever reason, Clark simply turns into a human fireball. Additionally, Caitlin Chen averages 5 points every game. It is seen as a joke, scoring 18 points off the every minute of the game became more intense. Players constantly chirping, missed calls, hard screens, and continuous touch. The officials appeared overburdened. Before halftime, tensions increased and the emotional temperature erupted. What's going on? You're cooking out here. Humans, huh? You started popping off after you got your little backstep 3 and your little cross, huh? I'll share some of that activity with you. Observe that. Yes, Caitlin. Yes. Yes, I am in your face. Hey, puppy, I adore everything about it. Man, hurry up. All they did was annoy Caitlin. Yes, let me show you the time, Caitlin replied. Caitlin, do you suppose this is the first year? Oh, hold on a second. Caitlin, do you believe that this is the second year? No. You see, man, this is what you have to comprehend. The player is given 3 years. All right. You provide him a period of 3 years. You will discover their true nature during that 3rd year. Following the elbow incident, 2 groups of fans emerged. T was referred to by some as a cheap shot against Clark. Some claimed it was only physical. Basketball does slow-motion videos, conspiracy theories, and constant debates have taken over social media. It's beneficial for Caitlin to give it the other way and convey a small message that she won't be pumped either. The game of basketball is somewhat physical. This one's freedom of movement was not as great as those. Points of emphasis since early in the game, the Valkyries were hacking. I believe it had a slight fever. Irritated on a back-to-back, the Valkyries didn't appear to be a cohesive squad. To be fair, they had a difficult time. Playing in New York the night before and then having to go to Indiana is a difficult scheduling situation. Less than a day later, you know. Although the trip from New York to Indianapolis is not that long. For any basketball club, that is a difficult turnaround. Whether you like her or not, Caitlin Clark transforms the atmosphere. Wherever she performs, every game turns into a must-watch show. Opponents put in more effort. Fans respond more loudly. Referees are under unbearable strain. She is now the focal point of the basketball world and not stealing anything from the Valkyries. I don't believe that Caitlin was being hated by girls in this instance. This seems like it was only Caitlin. The girl struck her with a chicken wing while pursuing the ball. You know the females ought to have. If Caitlin had been allowed to follow, they might have gone to the line and made several inexpensive free throws. I don't believe this has anything To deal with girls who despise Caitlin Mann Clark completed today, and I didn't receive any of that from Valkyries. With 22 points and 9 assists, but the drama, emotion, and indisputable. Because of Caitlin Clark, the WNBA is truly entering a new age. Every game is drama, and every moment becomes history.